Let me guess, your teacher asked you to submit a paper in an MLA academic format, but didn't tell you how to do it. Go figure. Well, let's show you what to do. To begin, here's what's required to format your document correctly in an MLA format. You can make these changes in any way you want, but in no particular order. Here's how it's done. After you start a new document, let's kick things off by changing Word's default font to the MLA required Times New Roman 12, and there's a few ways to do that. The first is to go up to the font type, click the drop-down arrow, and choose Times New Roman, and then from the size drop-down, choose 12. Or you can hover over the word normal, right-click, and choose Modify. In the formatting section, change it to Times New Roman 12, and click OK. The next step is to get your paragraphs double-spaced. For that, you want to make sure you're on the Home tab, then click on this line spacing icon, and choose 2. That'll double-space every line in your document. Now, a quick word of caution here. Depending on the MLA style you're required to use, you may or may not be allowed to have spaces between paragraphs. If you're allowed to have spaces between paragraphs, the paragraph setting you just saw is fine. If not, you need to do one extra step to remove the spaces. On the Home tab, look for the word paragraph and click the little arrow that's off to the right to open the paragraph settings window. Now, the crucial step is to check the box that reads, Do not add spaces between paragraphs. Go ahead and click OK, and that takes care of that. Next, MLA requires you to have a 1-inch margin, which should be the case by default, but it's a good idea to make sure everything is correct. From the Layout tab, on the far left side, click Margins and look for 1 inch. You'll know it's set because the option will appear in a darker shade. If not, click on Custom Margins, and in the box, set everything to 1 inch all the way around, and click OK. The next step is to add a header to your document, and you have some choices here as well. You can click Insert, Header, Edit Header, or just double-click at the top of the document to open the header. Now, the important part is to make sure your text is right aligned. For that, you have a couple choices. First, look for the cursor, which should be on the left side, and you can press your Tab key twice. Or, from the Home tab, click the right aligned icon. Either method will work. Okay, MLA Format wants your last name and page number. To meet that requirement, type your last name, and feel free to add a space for good measure. For the page number, from the Header and Footer tab, cruise over to the left, click on Page Number, Current Position, and go with the first option. And that's it for that. So let's close our header by either clicking on the Close Header and Footer icon or double-clicking somewhere inside the document. Either method works fine. The next step in this MLA process is to type your full name, your professor's name, name of the class, the date it was written, in a day, month, and year format. This is just standard typing, nothing too difficult here. Next, type the name of your document, and because MLA wants the title centered, just click on the centering icon and press Enter, and make sure to reset yourself by clicking on the left aligned icon. For the main content of your document, type the text as you normally would. Just make sure to press your Tab key at the beginning of each new paragraph. The Tab key will move you in 1/2 inch, which is part of the MLA format. Let's take a moment here to add some text. Okay, if we give the document a quick glance, you'll see we do have a few pages and the page numbering is cooperating, so that's good. All right, the next step is to add the works cited at the end of your document. Start by moving to the very end of your document, then press Ctrl-Enter, or click Insert Blank Page. Either method will give you a blank page. Then, how about we type works cited and go ahead and center that. Then, click on the left align icon. Now, most likely you'll paste in your sources, but the funky part is you need to show your sources in what's called a hanging indent, which is when all of your text is indented with the exception of the first line. To create the hanging indent, make sure the ruler is turned on by choosing View, Ruler. Then, from the ruler, look for this funky hourglass symbol. Then, let your mouse rest on the up-pointing triangle and drag it over to the 1/2 inch mark. This will move your text accordingly. Now, when you type your citations, it will appear in the proper MLA format. All right, let's talk about the cover page. I saved this one for the end because cover pages aren't always required, and frankly, they can be annoying to set up. Now, admittedly, there are a few ways to create cover pages. Each one has pros and cons with their own special degree of aggravation. But in the end, I decided to show you the following method because it's probably the most efficient and some of the techniques you'll see might benefit you in other docs you create. Okay, starting with a new document, if you need a cover page, your best bet is to type the cover page first. Then you can add the rest of your content using the MLA formats we've already covered. For the most part, setting up your cover page is very easy. There's just a slight twist. From the top of your page, set the paragraph spacing to 2. Now, best I can tell, there is no official amount of spacing between all the MLA required content on the cover page, so you might need to eyeball things a bit and adjust if needed. Type the name of your school, then press enter a few times, say 3 or 4. Type the title of your paper, press enter, and add a subtitle if needed. Press enter a few more times to move toward the bottom of your document. Type your name, course name, your teacher's name, and the date in the proper format, pressing enter between each line. Select all your text and center it. Okay, now for the odd part. The problem you might run into is getting the page numbering correct when you add your header. Let's demonstrate this so you can see. If we go to the first page and add a header, every page will be numbered, which is fine if you can use that type of formatting. But what if you don't want to have any numbering on the first page and you want the page numbering to start where your content begins? To solve this, you want to use section breaks. Think of a section break as being a gated partition within your document. The benefit of using sections is that each section can be formatted independently of each other. Let's see things in action. To add your section break, first make sure you're at the bottom of your cover page, then click Layout, Breaks, Section Breaks, Next Page. If you want to see the section break, go to the Home tab, click on the paragraph symbol icon, and this will show you all the non-printing or hidden characters. You can see the section break right here, and we can now control each of these pages independently. Now, if we double-click in the header, you can see that our document has 2 separate sections. Okay, that's not too bad, but here comes the funky part. If you want to format each of these sections independently, you want to click on the Link to Previous button, which shuts off Section 1 from Section 2. If we type in Section 2's header with the MLA format of last name and page number, you might see page 2 when you're expecting to see page 1. Oh no, that ain't right. To fix this, in the header, select just the page number, then from the Header and Footer tab, click Page Number, Format Page Number, and down here where it says Start At, change it to 1. Now, as we scroll down, you can see the page numbering is cooperating. But if we scroll up to the first page, or Section 1, the header's blank, which is what we want. And there you go. I hope you found this video to be helpful and it's taken away a lot of the stress that you have with these ever so fun assignments. Let me know your thoughts below. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.